How's it going, neighbors? This is Ed here with etrailer.com, and we're taking a look at the INNO Rod Box 8-pole carrier on our 2022 Ford Bronco Sport. So adding a rooftop box for your fishing rods, that's going to lean more so into a person that's a more serious angler that's hitting the different waters that are getting out on the road where they're outside of their area and they may be parking at a lodge or a motel where they're not familiar. So it's a way to keep their rides secure when they're out on the road. Now, what the Inno does for you that's different from a lot of the other carriers, you have the ability to have 3 different sizes of small, medium, and large to adjust to your specific category. So as it is right now, I have it installed in the longest, the 9-foot configuration, to see how much space it takes on top of the Bronco Sport, but just keep that in mind through this process. Our roof box is pretty long, and you have some hangover for your windshield, and that can obstruct the view a little bit as far as blocking out a portion of your upper right if you have it on the passenger side. The thing that really kind of weighs negatively on this one is the fact that the rear hatch access in a 9-foot configuration is a no-go. As far as the way the brackets are and the contact points with the roof, this is going to be as far forward as you can install this. So that's one thing to consider. You do have access through the rear glass, but you won't be able to open the whole hatch. If you don't have longer fly rods that are 8 feet or longer, or 8 feet up to 9 foot long, this isn't going to work for you. I would make it to the medium or small configuration if this were my Bronco Sport, and carry just the shorter rides. That way you'll maintain less obstruction on the front and rear of the vehicle. Open both the glass and the door just so you can see firsthand. So you can get the glass without making any contact in the 9-foot configuration. But with the door, you can open it and hold it, but if you were to let this go, it's going to push up on the carrier itself. Like, I don't feel comfortable with that, but you can get in here real quick if someone wants to hold the door in place for you. So if some people are okay with that kind of contact or that extra step, others are not, but it's my job to let you know what the experience will be. To be honest about this carrier, the construction of the material is solid. It's very similar to what you're going to find as far as the ABS plastics that are used for cargo rooftop carriers. But because it is a 3-part system that's put together, you're going to have 3 separate locks and latches. And that could be kind of a handful. Like me personally, I would rather just have a single lock, maybe 3 different latches. But that is the direction Inno went with the box. Another thing that I've noticed, that just in this 9-foot configuration, it is a little floppy compared to other types of rooftop boxes, like the Top Water, for example, from Yakima. In the shorter configuration, I'm sure it'll be a lot more sturdy because your supports are going to be tighter into the vehicle. But I mean, if you don't have the longer fly rods, it's a great idea to bring it in. So we're just going to open this guy up and take a look on the inside to check out our pads. I'm going to climb over here to get to this 3rd latch. And we're going to open it in the end. And again, as you can kind of see, it still wants to move as 3 separate parts with that lid. So it's kind of, reaching to get everything open. Now, as far as the inside of the carrier, we can take a closer look at what's in the basket itself. You're going to have your foam supports. You have 3 of those guys, and that's kind of where your rod handles sit up. And you're going to have the foam pads underneath to protect your reels as you're going down the road. Having this adjustability with the clamp system is kind of handy because it allows you to just be able to quickly deploy and release the clamps on the rooftop. So that'll make it a little bit easier to unload and load. In general, it's pretty straightforward as far as the inside, and it is a great way to get a bunch of items on top of your vehicle as far as rods and fishing gear. So grab my tape measure, got a couple measurements. The box height from the top of your from your crossbars is about 6¼ inches. Overall height with my crossbars from the ground to the top of the carrier, it's right around 6'4". So with the average garage height being about 8 feet, you shouldn't have any issues pulling into your home garage, going through fast food restaurants or parking garages. Overall, our rod carrier is a great idea. I really wanted to like it because I like the idea of being able to adjust from a longer box to a shorter box to accommodate different size poles. However, as far as the execution of it, it is kind of flimsy in this longest configuration. So it's just something to be aware of. Do I think if you were to take it on the road, it's going to fly off your vehicle? Absolutely not. I think it'll still function and serve you well enough. I just think there are better executions of the same type of idea. Like the Yakima Topwater, if you didn't necessarily need that 8-foot longer configuration, the Topwater is a great option, and it'll keep everything secure using a bungee cord. And it's just it's one solid piece, and it's a lot more sturdy feeling carrier. But, you know, I gave you the facts, and now you can weigh out the idea. If you have questions or concerns, call our expert customer service, and they'll guide you to a solution. So again, this has been Ed with etrailer.com, taking a look at the Inno Rooftop Box for your 2022 Ford Bronco Sport. Have a great day.